Listen, man, it's your boy Crypto Heavy coming to you live. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and everybody who's supporting the channel. If you're new to the channel, this is for new crypto investors. If you can go ahead and like and subscribe, that really helps out the channel. Push it out far and wide to everybody out there who's trying to get education. Today, listen, I'm trying to talk to you guys about exchanges. I keep getting information from people saying that they don't know where to buy crypto. So today I'm gonna go over 3 different exchanges that you can utilize that can help you purchase your first crypto investment. First and foremost, let's start with Uphold. Uphold is who I use. The reason why I use Uphold is because when I was first investing into XRP, that was the only exchange that allowed XRP to be sold in the US because they were under a lawsuit. So because of that, I always support them because they are transparent. The CEO is a very good businessman, but also a very good person. I met him a couple of times at the XRP Las Vegas. So very solid CEO and infrastructure around business, as well as being transparent as far as making sure that they hold our crypto assets in a safe place, the liquidity when assets go up, and making sure that they are getting the best assets on their platform. So they really do a great vetting process before they allow a digital asset to be traded or purchased on their website, which is important. So you don't get rug pulled by technology that isn't up to par. But as well as that, with any exchange, you have to understand that when the volatility kicks in, meaning when people are willing to sell, how are they going to stack up when it's time for you to make a purchase or to pull profits from a digital asset? And so far, from what my experiences, Uphold has did fairly well with that. And so I haven't had any issues with it. What you do have to make sure that you check on, though, is that they have a certain amount that you can pull out per digital asset at a certain time. So I saw a video of somebody trying to pull out Velo, which is a digital asset that is being traded and sold on Uphold, and it was a cap of $5,000 per sale of Velo. And you have to understand that, like, in the process of you trying to pull profits in a bull run, when everybody is trying to pull profits, you want to make sure that it's enough liquidity within that exchange that it doesn't shut down, and that you can pull your profits out, and your money doesn't get stuck going all the way up, and then you watch it come all the way back down. So that's the one key thing about it. So far, again, as a new crypto investor myself, this is my first bull run, so I haven't experienced any issues with liquidity with Uphold. But what I do recommend you doing is having sell orders at a certain cap. So they allow you to do predetermined sell orders and buy orders through Uphold, where you can actually go in, and if, let's say, Velo gets to 1 cent and you want to sell 5,000 Velo, if that's what you have, then you will have the option. When that happens, when it hits the market, the exchange will automatically do that sell order, which will put that money either into a stable coin that you require or into your bank account, depending on what you choose to do. And it's the same thing where you have an asset, you like, I want to buy it if it drops down to this price. You could have that predetermined price point. That way, when it hits that number, the exchange will automatically facilitate that order for you so you don't miss out. Because typically what happens is this stuff happens overnight. You got to think that we're on a different time scale. So when Japan gets online, maybe that shoots up the price and you're asleep, and you don't want to miss out on either selling or buying a particular asset based off of the price point that you're looking for. Now, the second exchange that I utilize is Coinbase. Coinbase has been around for forever. I had a Coinbase account before I even started doing crypto. They also do stocks and things like that. So I had a Coinbase account, and I really started looking into trying to facilitate different exchanges based off of not having all your eggs in one basket. So although I love Uphold, and I may have a majority of my stuff in Uphold based off of that, I also wanted to have make sure that I tether my risks, because what if Uphold does go down? And this is the first time that I experienced that. And I'm like, damn, I got all my money in Uphold and I can't pull no profits. So what I did was I started moving and purchasing on Coinbase as well. So some of my favorite assets, things that I feel very comfortable with. And I wanted to make sure that I gave myself another source of being able to pull liquidity just in case if an exchange goes down or if anything gets compromised during this process. And with Coinbase, what I will say is that because it has been through a few different cycles, I've seen, people complain about the exchange losing liquidity and shutting down and not being able to pull profits out. So I understand that risk. So I did the same thing like I did in Uphold. I have some price points that I want to sell at, and I'll put those price points in. So that way, if it does reach it, it automatically pulls my liquidity out. So I don't have to go try to fight the exchange and jump on and risk the exchange going down because it doesn't have liquidity. But Coinbase is one of those ones that is now on the NASDAQ. So they are accredited and they are not going anywhere. So I don't have any issues with putting money into Coinbase. I do just worry about the liquidity portion of it. But it is a solid exchange that if you're a new investor, that most people know about Coinbase already or may have already had a Coinbase account. So definitely not a risky exchange to go put your money into. And it's very user friendly. They have a lot of great tools in order to help you as far as like doing your buy and sell orders on Coinbase, because they have been around for so long. It's a ton of different YouTube videos of people walking you through how to buy and sell through Coinbase. Maybe something I do in the future for you. But it's definitely a lot of resources out there around Coinbase. So definitely one of those ones I would recommend going to take a peek at. The third one is Caleb and Brown. That's the one that I most recently started putting money into. It's a prime broker account. The difference between that one and the exchanges is that they have a huger pool of liquidity that they can pull from, which was very intriguing for me, because let's say that we go into this bull market and it's something that we never seen before. The risk of losing liquidity because some of the bigger people are trying to sell to get out of different positions, that you may risk not being able to sell at a price point that you want. So my recommendation was that from some people that mentored me was that, like, look into Caleb and Brown. So I've been checking them out for the last 6 months, and I finally put the trigger and started putting a little bit of my investments in there. Again, the investments that I'm putting in there is for liquidity purposes, meaning that if I decide to sell a certain digital asset, that I know that I can be able to pull profits based off of this prime broker account having a more range of liquidity they can pull from. So the fact that it's not just one or two different institutions, they're pulling from anybody that they market making for you to find somebody who's looking to buy your asset at whatever price point you're trying to sell. So that's definitely something that I'm very excited about, as well as I'm looking at it from a perspective of, like, if I can put, my money or my assets into three different parts, to three different exchanges, then I'm mitigating the risk of, like, if one of two of them go down, I'm still able to pull profits to try to reach my goal. So that's kind of the mindset that I have. I'm not really looking to have multiple different exchanges. I think that gets a little bit weary for me, just because, the risk of getting hacked and things like that. But like to have three different strong exchanges that I feel comfortable with, I think that's, for me, is a good plan in order for me to be able to get profits and pull profits within the bull market as we go into it. Now, again, like I said before, you have to do your own research and figure out which one works best for you. There's a ton of different exchanges out there. People talk about Gemini, Kraken. It's a whole ton of them, and I'm not saying that those aren't great either. I just don't utilize them. I'm just giving you my perspective from the ones that I'm using. But at the end of the day, like, it really comes down to you and your comfortability as far as what exchange you want to use. Again, as a new investor, I do recommend having more than one, just because of the liquidity piece of it. You don't want to have all your eggs in one exchange and then you can't pull profits, because that'd be the worst. You know what I mean? So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Again, it don't cost you nothing to subscribe to the video. It doesn't mean that your crypto is going to go to the moon, but if you do that, it may help both of us out. So thanks again for your time, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.